All right, so let's get right into it. Something that I know a lot of you are thinking about, how to really make the most of your workouts. During Ramadan, we've got two great articles here, and they're all about finding that sweet spot for exercise while you're fasting. Whether you're aiming to stay in shape, maybe drop a few pounds, or even build some muscle, we'll break down what these sources suggest so you can make informed choices about your routine.
What's really interesting is both articles emphasize that there isn't like one perfect workout schedule for everyone during Ramadan. It really comes down to like your personal goals and how your body responds to fasting and exercise.
So no magic formula, but plenty of options to explore. The first time slot both articles mentioned is before suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. They suggest this is a good time for lighter activities.
Yeah, and there's some solid science behind that. In the fasted state, your body starts tapping into stored fat for fuel, so activities like a gentle yoga session, some stretching, or even a brisk walk could be more effective for fat burning. It's like giving your metabolism a little nudge before the day begins.
Makes sense, though both articles are very clear that you need to hydrate well and get some fuel in before the fast starts, and of course avoid anything too intense, since you won't be able to replenish fluids or energy right after.
Exactly. High-intensity workouts before suhoor could actually lead to dehydration and fatigue later in the day. Now, shifting gears a bit, both sources also suggest the time before iftar as a potential workout window, ideally 30 to 60 minutes before breaking the fast.
Before iftar, that's an interesting one. I'm usually just thinking about what I'm going to eat at that point. What's the rationale behind that?
Well, think of it as priming your body for iftar. Light to moderate exercise before breaking your fast can actually enhance insulin sensitivity, which means your body can better process the incoming nutrients from your meal. This can be particularly beneficial for managing blood sugar levels and preventing those energy crashes some people experience after iftar.
So it's not just about squeezing in a workout, it's about strategically timing your exercise to work with your body's natural processes during Ramadan. I like that. What kind of activities are we talking about here?
Both articles suggest things like a light jog, a brisk walk, or even some body weight exercises. The key is to keep the intensity moderate and listen to your body. You don't want to be completely drained before you even break your fast.
That's a good point. Both sources also warn against intense workouts right before iftar, right? Something about low energy levels and dehydration being a concern.
Absolutely. Pushing yourself too hard when your body is already depleted could be counterproductive and potentially risky. Remember, we're trying to optimize our workouts during Ramadan, not push ourselves to the point of exhaustion.
So we've covered pre-shahor and pre-iftar workout options. But I'm guessing there's a whole other window of opportunity after we've broken the fast and refueled, right?
You guessed it. And this is where things get really interesting. According to both sources, the 1 to 2 hour window after iftar is the prime time for those looking to really amp up the intensity. Your body has replenished energy stores from food and fluids, making it the ideal time for more demanding workouts.
Okay, now that seems more like my typical workout style. I can imagine having that post-iftar energy to really push myself with some weightlifting or a high-intensity interval training session. But, full disclosure, sometimes after a big iftar meal, I'm more inclined to take a nap than hit the gym.
That's completely relatable, and it highlights a crucial point from the articles. While the post-iftar window is prime time for intense workouts, what you eat at iftar plays a huge role. Overindulging in heavy, greasy foods will likely leave you feeling sleepish and make a tough workout even harder.
So it's all about making smart choices at iftar to fuel those post-meal workouts effectively. And that actually ties in perfectly with another point both articles emphasize, the importance of nutrition throughout Ramadan, especially when you're factoring in exercise.
Exactly. It's not just about when you eat, but also what you eat. We can dig deeper into that in a bit. But before we move on, there's one more workout window the articles mention that might appeal to our night owl listeners or those with more flexible schedules.
Okay, night owls, this one's for you. Both articles mentioned the late night option, particularly after Tarawih prayers, as a viable workout window.
This time slot seems to work well for those who naturally have more energy later in the evening, or maybe for serious athletes who need a longer window after iftar for proper hydration, nutrition, and digestion before really pushing themselves.
So it's like having a second prime time for workouts. I can see the appeal, especially if you're trying to fit in a longer, more intense session. But I imagine timing is everything here. Wouldn't a late-night workout potentially disrupt sleep, which is already crucial during Ramadan?
That's a valid point. And the articles do acknowledge the potential impact on sleep. They suggest being mindful of the intensity and duration of the late-night workouts. To avoid disrupting your sleep cycle, if you find that late-night exercise leaves you feeling wired and makes it hard to fall asleep, it might be better to explore other workout windows that align better with your natural sleep patterns.
So it's about finding that balance between maximizing workout time and ensuring you're still getting adequate rest. Makes sense. All right, we've got these 4 main workout windows: before suhoor, before iftar, after iftar, and late at night. It's really interesting to see how each one has its own unique benefits and considerations. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about how these workout windows can be tailored to specific fitness goals. Do the articles offer any guidance on that?
They do, and this is where the information gets really practical. Let's say your goal is weight loss. Both articles recommend light cardio before iftar, taking advantage of that fasted state to potentially enhance fat burning. They then suggest following it up with strength training after iftar, when your energy levels are higher and your body is fueled and ready for a challenge.
Okay, so a two-pronged approach for weight loss, leveraging the benefits of both the fasted and fueled states. What about those who are looking to gain muscle during Ramadan?
For muscle gain, the articles are pretty consistent in their recommendation. Strength training 1 to 2 hours after iftar. At this time, you've replenished your glycogen stores, the primary fuel source for your muscles, and your body is primed for muscle protein synthesis, the process that leads to muscle growth.
That makes sense. Fuel up, then build up. And what about those of us who aren't necessarily focused on weight loss or muscle gain, but just want to maintain overall fitness and maybe boost endurance during Ramadan?
The articles suggest incorporating activities like walking, yoga, or light bodyweight exercises into your routine. These can be done either before suhoor or before iftar. Depending on your preference and energy levels, the key is consistency. Even if you're not going all out, regular movement can help you maintain fitness levels, improve cardiovascular health, and even boost your mood.
So whether your goal is weight loss, muscle gain, or simply maintaining a healthy lifestyle, there's a workout strategy that can be adapted to your individual needs during Ramadan. But let's go beyond just the workout windows and dive into some of those crucial additional tips the articles highlight.
Absolutely. One thing both sources emphasize is the importance of proper hydration throughout Ramadan, particularly if you're working out. It's essential to drink plenty of water between iftar and suhoor to replenish fluids lost during the day. And this doesn't just mean chugging water right before suhoor. Aim to consistently sip water throughout the non-fasting hours to ensure optimal hydration.
That's a good reminder, especially since it's easy to forget about drinking water when you're not eating during the day. The articles also delve into nutrition, right? What are some key takeaways there?
Yes, both sources highlight the importance of making smart food choices throughout Ramadan. Especially for fueling your workouts effectively, they recommend prioritizing complex carbohydrates, like whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, for sustained energy release. Protein is also crucial for muscle repair and growth, so make sure to include lean protein sources in your meals.
So it's not just about eating enough, it's about eating the right things to support your energy levels and workout performance. What other advice do the articles offer for navigating Ramadan workouts?
One point that really resonated with me is the importance of listening to your body. Ramadan is a time of spiritual reflection and physical discipline, so it's crucial to avoid pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion, especially when you're fasting.
That's such a valuable reminder. We're trying to honor our bodies during this time, not punish them. So paying attention to those subtle cues our bodies give us is essential.
Absolutely, and it might mean adjusting your workout intensity or duration based on how you feel. Maybe some days you're feeling energized and can push yourself a bit harder, while other days call for a gentler approach.
Flexibility and self-compassion seem key here. It's not about rigidly adhering to a plan, but rather about adapting your approach based on your body's needs. Anything else stand out to you from the articles in terms of helpful tips?
Yes, both sources mention the importance of prioritizing sleep during Ramadan. Adequate sleep is crucial for muscle recovery, hormone regulation, and overall well-being, especially when you're adding the physical demands of exercise to the equation.
Sleep is often the first thing to get sacrificed when life gets busy, but it sounds like it's especially important to prioritize it during Ramadan, both for our physical and mental well-being. So we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored different workout windows, discussed the importance of hydration and nutrition, and emphasized the need to listen to our bodies and prioritize sleep. But what does this all really mean for our listeners who are trying to optimize their workouts during Ramadan? What are some key takeaways they can apply to their own fitness journeys?
I think one of the biggest takeaways is that Ramadan, while a time of spiritual devotion and physical discipline, doesn't have to mean putting your fitness goals on hold. It's about finding a balance that works for you, your body, and your lifestyle.
I love that. It's about empowerment, not deprivation. And it's about recognizing that our bodies are incredibly resilient and adaptable.
Exactly. It's about working with your body's rhythms during this month, not against them.
Now, before we wrap up, I wanted to bring up something that wasn't explicitly addressed in the articles. But it's something I've been thinking about a lot. We focused on like the physical aspects of working out during Ramadan. But what about the mental and spiritual side of things?
That's an interesting perspective. I'm curious to hear where you're going with this.
Well, we know that exercise releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects. And that could be especially valuable during Ramadan, a time that can be both physically and emotionally demanding. Could working out actually enhance the Ramadan experience on a deeper level?
That's a fascinating question, and I think there's definitely something to it. If we look at it from a holistic perspective, Ramadan is about cultivating self-discipline, mindfulness, and connection. And those are all elements that can be enhanced through exercise.
Exactly. It's not just about burning calories or building muscle. It's about connecting with your body in a mindful way. It's about pushing your limits and discovering inner strength, which aligns beautifully with the spirit of Ramadan.
I couldn't agree more. Some people even find that exercise becomes a form of moving meditation during Ramadan. It allows them to quiet the mind, focus on the present moment, and appreciate the incredible capabilities of their bodies.
And that connection between the physical and the spiritual can be incredibly powerful. It adds a whole new dimension to the Ramadan experience.
Absolutely. It transforms exercise from a purely physical pursuit to a practice that nourishes both body and soul.
So to all our listeners out there who are planning their workouts this Ramadan, I encourage you to explore that mind-body-spirit connection. See how incorporating exercise into your routine can not only support your physical goals, but also enhance your overall Ramadan experience on a deeper, more meaningful level.
And for me, just a final reminder, be kind to yourselves, listen to your bodies, and make choices that support your overall well-being during this special time.
Beautiful said. And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive into Ramadan workout optimization. We hope you gained some valuable insights and practical tips to help you make the most of your fitness journey this Ramadan.
Ramadan Mubarak to all our listeners. May it be a month filled with blessings, growth, and renewed connection.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.